It's time for Legal Talk with Kansas City Spotlight. Here's your host, Lauren Scott.
When it comes to eviction, you may have a lot of questions. I'm Lauren Scott, your host for Legal Talk, and today I'm joined by Brown & Crouppen Lawyer, Andrea McNairy, to learn your rights as a tenant. Good morning, Andrea. How's it going?
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So we're talking about eviction today, but what is illegal eviction?
So in Missouri, there are actual rules that a landlord has to follow to evict somebody. They cannot self-help and just throw somebody out.
So what are some reasons for eviction?
The two most common reasons are failure to pay rent or violating the lease in some way. The first one, as far as failure to pay rent, if you don't pay rent, a landlord has to give you a demand for rent, and then they cannot file an eviction until they do that. Now, there's no time limitation as to how soon they can file eviction after that, but if you pay in between, the laws do say that they cannot just file for an eviction if you've paid. As to a violation of the lease, like for instance, if you have a pet there and you're not supposed to have pets, or you have extra people living there, you cannot correct those, but they do have to give you notice of the notice to terminate the lease, and then they have to wait 10 days to file that eviction. So there are some timelines built in there that a landlord has to follow.
Okay, so how could someone challenge an unlawful eviction?
So there's several bases as a challenge. One, if you feel like these time limitations that I just discussed were not followed. Two, if you believe that you paid after a demand for back rent. In addition, there are protected reasons they cannot terminate your lease, including race, religion, all the reasons that are deemed to be unlawful discrimination in Missouri.
Now, when is the right time to call a lawyer about all of this?
So I would call a lawyer, one, if you really do believe you have a valid reason to challenge an eviction, and especially two, if you feel like you've been evicted for one of these protected reasons that are illegal in Missouri.
All right, so if people want to learn more about this or get in touch with you, ask some more questions, how can they do that?
Andrea M. at getbc.com or the Brown & Crouppen website, brownandcrouppen.com.
All right, thanks so much, Andrea.
Thank you.
This Kansas City Spotlight has been paid for by Brown & Crouppen. For more information, visit brownandcrouppen.com.